What is going on? I should have found out before here with exciting victory. And today we're going to talk about upsets that happened in week 7 in college football. And there were 7 upsets. And there are Kansas losing to Oklahoma. Oklahoma was unranked while Kansas was ranked 19th in the country. Alabama lost to Tennessee. I predicted that game. I knew that Tennessee would beat Alabama. Oklahoma State lost to TCU in double overtime. NC State got upset by Syracuse. Jason Evans got upset by Georgia Southern, 45-38. Mississippi State got upset by Kentucky. And USC got upset by Utah, 43-42. And looks like, yeah. So let's get started with the Kansas and Oklahoma game. Oklahoma has been struggling all year round. They've been struggling. And people think it might be the curse of Coach Rowley. But as we see here, same with Kansas quarterback Jason Bean, who has 16 for 27, 265 yards, 4 touches, and 2 interceptions. Not bad for the day for this quarterback. But if you look at the running game, not bad either. It was one half fought, but if it was a designated, it was Oklahoma forcing those 2 interceptions. But now let's go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma, Dylan Gabriel with 403 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. And also, Dylan Gabriel also got 37 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown. So, anyways, after that, the reason I believe that Oklahoma won this game is they were able to spread the ball around more and able to find guys more open compared to Kansas, who also had more options that they got spread by spending the ball around, but it was not enough to say with Oklahoma's reach as they lost a score of 52-42, an upset. And this was, I think, the second week in a row that Kansas got upsetted. Now, the first year FBS team, James Madison, heading to this game, ranked 25th in the country, and lost to, and so the first loss of the season to Georgia Southern Eagles, which James Madison got out of the poll first with a score of 7-0. And Centennial through the air for 468 with 2 touches and 3 picks. That was a difference maker right there. Those 3 turnovers. We didn't know when. I don't know when that occurred. And their running game was fine, and they were able to spread the ball around. If anybody, the reason why they probably lost the game is the turnover ratio. Georgia Southern, Kyle Fetteries, 578 passing, 4 passing touchdowns, and an interception in a 45-38 win, back and forth win for Georgia Southern. Now, I'm going to say this one for last, the Alabama-Tennessee, but this helped to TCU and Oklahoma State. Prior to this game, TCU was ranked, I believe, 13th in the country. Even though the companies that got that run, and Oklahoma State was ranked 8th in the country. Now Oklahoma State is now ranked 11th in the country, and TCU is ranked 8th in the country. And this was in double overtime. So the TCU and Oklahoma game was going back and forth, well-fought matchup. TCU was able to score 14 points in the fourth quarter and hold Oklahoma State Cowboys to 0 points to force this game to overtime. But Spencer Sanders had a tough day to get anything going, which is threw a 16-36, 245 passing yards, 1 touch and 1 interception. But he also had 2 touches on the ground. Not bad for the quarterback. Right now we go to look at TCU stats. Max Duggan, 23-for-40, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Duggan also got a rushing touchdown with 57 yards to go with that as well. Not bad, but TCU is a very talented team this year. They're one of my picks to go into the top 4 to finish with of the year. And Oklahoma State will be fighting for the 4th spot as well. But they need to win out. And I'll have a chance to make it a college playoffs as well. So TCU was able to win this game, 43-40. Now the new ranking for TCU is 8, which they drop like 5 spots. Oklahoma State dropped to 3 spots. Now they're ranked 11th. Now let's go to the next game. NC State Wolfpack and Syracuse Orange. What a good game for Syracuse. Only holding to NC State to 9 points this game and all field goals. So NC State had a very tough time to get anything going on offense. And the defense struggled throughout the whole game. While Chad Chambers with 18 for 30, 160 yards, with 58 yards on the ground. And they were able to spread the ball around, but now one receiver broke 50 yards receiving, and then broke 5 receptions either. But here, however, Syracuse win 60 for 25, 210 for passing yards, 2 touches, 2 interceptions. Bull Schrader with 81 rushing yards to go with that. And Gatorson II was able to carry the way, finding more looks, but getting over a lot more with 8 receptions, 141 yards, 17.60 average, and 2 touchdowns receiving to help the Syracuse Orange to win this game 24-9. Prior to this game, Syracuse was ranked 18th, NC State was ranked 15th in the country. Now NC State dropped to 8 spots to 23. Syracuse dropped 4 spots, now they're ranked 14th in the country. Next, we have our now wild one here. Kentucky. And Mississippi State, Kentucky. Try not to get upset for the 3rd time of the year, 3 times in a row. But they beat Mississippi State, the final score 27-17. Prior to this game, Kentucky was ranked 27th in the country. Mississippi was dropped, was 16th in the country. Now they dropped 8 spots. Now they're ranked 24th in the country. And Kentucky went up 3 spots. Now let's talk to the stats. 25 of 37 for Will Rogers for 230 passing yards, a touchdown and interception. And I had a -8 yards rushing. Marks at the way with 60 receiving yards with 8.6 for the average. Oscar Williams had 11.3 average. Jaden Raleigh only got 2 receptions for 32 and makes it 16 yards and 4 on average. Kentucky now. Will Levis, 23 through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Chris Rodriguez had 197 yards on the ground with 6.4 the average, 31 carries and 2 touchdowns to lead the way to help Kentucky to win 27-17 and help Kentucky not to get upset for the 3rd time this year in a row as well. Now this wild one, USC and Utah Utes. Part of this game, USC was ranked 7th in the country. Now they dropped 5 spots. They're also undefeated. Now they're ranked 12th in the country. Utah was ranked 20th in the country. They dropped 5 spots. Now they're ranked 15th in the country. Heading this game 4-2. Now they're 5-2. USC 6-1. Good game for both teams. While both quarterbacks had a very good day on the field with 25-42 for Caleb Williams, 381 yards to the air, 5 touchdowns passing. We'll on to go with that. 57 rushing yards for Caleb Williams. Quarterback Utah, 415 to the air, 2 touchdowns for Cameron Rising. Alon to go with 60 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns for the quarterback. 2 of the Utah Utes to go 43-42. However, it was 42-41. It was 42-35. Utah got a touchdown. They decided to go for the win. They got it. And I said they win 43-42 And now let's talk about game number 7 upset of the week. And the number 1 upset of the week as well. Alabama and Tennessee. This was going back and forth. It was 49-42 Alabama. Tennessee threw 30 in the end zone. Ball been overthrown by the Tennessee quarterback. Been picked off by the Alabama Christian Tide. And almost returned to pick 6. However, they called back. They said it was passing interference. There was 2 calls of the play. It was holding on Davis, which was declined. Also, a pass interference call that was got accepted. That was a huge motivation for Tennessee and a huge loss to Alabama, which a couple plays later, Tennessee will eventually score a touchdown and they actually to tie things up. Bryce Young was able to march down the field with 18 seconds. Tennessee was able to hold them. The kicker for Alabama, who Ole Miss remind you of, who was perfect heading to this kick, trying to hit I think it was like a 57-yarder, missed it right with 15 seconds with Tennessee, with a area one out, which they got a couple plays downfield, where they spiked the ball with 1 second, and they were able to get a kick. They decided to kick it off. I'm not kicking off. Go for the win, for the field goal. His name is not only Jimmy Holiday, not Jimmy Holiday, that's kick returner, Chase McGrath, going for a 40-yard field goal and for the win. Holds it. Kick is up. It's a knuckleball, and the kick is good. Tennessee is upset Alabama 52-49. What a win for Tennessee. That would be Alabama in 15 years. And what a way to end that streak at home. 52-49. Alabama was ranked 3rd in the country. Tennessee was ranked 6th. They swapped seeds. Now Tennessee's ranked 3rd in the country. Alabama's ranked 6th in the country. What a way to end week 7 college football. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. If you look, we have 7 upsets in week 7 college football. So it feels like we gain more and more upsets as the season goes on. And to be honest, Alabama should have at least 3 losses. They should have 3 losses right now. And that means they should have a record of 4-3. They should be 4-3 right now. They should have lost to Texas. They should have lost to Texas A&M and lost to Tennessee. So therefore, they should be 4-3 out of the top 25, and their season was basically done. And to be honest, I believe they're getting out coach. They're getting out coach. I believe that. But if you want to see Alabama Tennessee next couple of days, like a mobile breakdown, but that would do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces!